So I'm finally back from seeing No Way Home. It's around midnight and I want to say some things while they're still fresh in my mind. I had a different style for this video, but I'm much more happy going through this in a more serious tone. Spider-Man No Way Home is of course the third installment of Tom Holland's portrayal as Spider-Man. And as far as continuity goes, No Way Home has shaped up to complete the trilogy that most franchises in the MCU have capped out at, even including Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. And personally speaking, this is one of the most amazing capstones that I've seen for any comic book adaptation, and probably even movies in general. It was absolutely amazing to see the villains make their entrance on screen, especially with the crowd. Oh my gosh, being within the crowd that is active and cheerful as the one that I had really makes the experience that much better. It's so much livelier. The villains are shown in a way that lets you actually process that they're there without missing some of the action. Like for example, there were times where people were cheering, but we didn't really miss much from all the woo. I've seen some short reviews for the movie calling No Way Home devoid of a smooth plot and only created to charge up the excitement of superfans. Listen, I've only seen it once, and I am on the high of processing everything that I've seen, but come on. If you watched what I watched, you would not be feeling that way. I do plan on seeing it again on Sunday and Tuesday, but I doubt I'll have the same feeling as critics with a stick up their ass. To touch upon some of the scenes in the trailers, Marvel did an excellent job of mixing and matching and replacing some of the scenes that, while you're watching, you're like, wait, that explains that, or wait a minute, that part was different if you've seen the trailer multiple times as I have. The final product is different from the trailers. I don't like the idea of making a no spoiler review because what the actual hell am I gonna say, right? It'll just be a whole lot of nothing. But to beat around the bush, this movie presents answers to some of the criticisms this interpretation of the character has seen. I won't exactly say what they are just yet, but I can see a lot of Tom Holland doubters accepting him now. As a final note about my personal emotional feelings towards this movie, let me put it this way. Some of my friends that were able to catch it first than me ended up texting me full of excitement in caps after their showing. That was not an emotion I felt personally as I walked out the theater. It was more serious as I've presented thus far. But you will experience tremendous happiness as you watch. Spider-Man No Way Home delivers. That is honestly the best way I can put it. I went into the theater with certain expectations of the plot and it delivered further beyond what I could have imagined. I'm more excited than ever to see what Peter Parker has to go through next. While his current contract is up, we haven't seen the end of Tom Holland portraying the neighborhood-friendly Spider. They're in talks of creating another trilogy for him, and honestly, after everything, I'm so here for it. I encourage anyone that remotely likes Spider-Man to go watch this movie while it's hot. Catch those first-time audiences. I plan to create a more in-depth video on what this movie has presented to us while integrating the other two interpretations, and I'll wait for the second weekend where hopefully everyone that has wanted to see the movie has already seen it. Most likely Monday the 27th, I believe it was. No beating around the bush and more elaborate discussions to come. See you next time.